and welcome to Kevin's Podcast Show. I'm Kevin. This is my podcast. Now let's start the show. Today, Brenda Chapman answers the Blackjack Questionnaire. 21 questions to find out just where you stand. Hello, Brenda. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you, Kevin?
Well, we just ate supper. It was really good. Brenda brought me a steak, and she was did that, I believe, just so she could ply me with food and get the questions answered really softball. But we'll see how that goes. Okay. All right, folks, you know how this works. We asked 21 questions. Before the show, we had Brenda pick out 15 random questions. And of course, the first 5 questions are always the same. We'll be playing the KPS dice game in between breaks, and you know how that goes. It's world famous. Everybody else knows. We also have a new sponsor that'll be coming later today. So let's get started with the show. One more thing. I just want to say Brenda is my aunt. She is my dad's baby sister. My surrogate mother since my mom's passed away. She's Aunt Brenda. She's Ma'am. She is a lot of things to a lot of people. And we're going to find out some things about her. So Brenda, you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay, question number 1. What is your full name?
Brenda Ruth Marshall Chapman.
Did you know I never did know your middle name was Ruth?
Not too many people do.
Well,
I never cared for that
at least
name.
a few dozen people's going to know now.
I never cared for that name, so I've never really bandied it about that much.
Well, it's like Mom and Fran. Irva. She didn't like Irva.
I know. Yeah.
And I think Irva's awesome because it's like who else is named Irva?
Right. That's true.
Oh, how did you get your name? Who named you?
Dixie named me Brenda because she liked Brenda Starr in the newspaper.
Oh, the old comic strip, Brenda Starr.
Yeah, she liked Brenda Starr, and she named me Brenda because of that. But Daddy named me Ruth because of his cousin, Ruth Marshall.
Wow.
And he thought the world of her. She was such a nice person, and she really was. And so he named me Ruth for her.
Well, I like Ruth. Ruth's a pretty name.
I'm not real fond of it.
You didn't care for it? Mm-mm. Brenda Starr. Remind me about that cartoon. That wasn't the one where they... No, that was like Apartment 3B or something. It was like a soap opera for a comic strip or something.
This one was about a reporter, though. Brenda Starr was a reporter.
Brenda Starr. Mm-hmm. I guess that's where they get the phrase "a star reporter," maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either, but she liked it, so she wanted to name me Brenda after her, so they didn't care. They could care less whether I had a name or not, I guess.
You, come here. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's question number 2. What was your vocation? Because I'm not going to ask you how old you are because, that's not a smart thing to ask. You don't ask women how old they are. So, but I know you're retired. But you were a bookkeeper, right?
I was a typist actually and a secretary, and I was also administrator of discharge at Greenville Hospital. I did some insurance up there, and then I was made the administrator of the admissions and discharges up there.
At what would be Laughlin now?
At Greenville Hospital. At that time, Fox's really, but the name of it was Greenville Hospital, and Dr. Fox owned it, It was a private hospital.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sure was.
And then you and my dad, James, had an auction for a while too, and that kind of bit the bug on me because I really love auctions. But I remember you all running that. Dad running around doing dad stuff, and you actually doing the books.
Yeah, I done the bookkeeping on it.
Right. Just question number 3: at what age did you leave home?
Not till I was 20, and
what year was that? You don't have to give a specific year. You can just say 50s,
well,
60s.
Let's see. I was trying to
80s.
think. I graduated in 62, so...
65?
I was 17 when I graduated. So.
65.
Or 65, yeah.
Were you still home when I was born? I was born in 66.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was. Mm-hmm.
So you must have left right after I was born.
Probably 67 or, about 67 or 68, I guess.
Did you go off to school?
I went to Carson Newman for a while, but I didn't go down there, and I didn't live on campus. I just went
Seems like
back
I
and forth,
remember that you went to
Yeah, I went
Carson
to
Newman.
and fro, and then I went to Ohio, and I lived up there for about 6 months. I married up there and then got a divorce very quickly, and then I come home with Chase.
It's too flat and cold up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. This question number 4. Where were you born?
I was born in Bingham in Hawkins County in Tennessee.
Were you born at home?
Mm-hmm.
You were?
Yep.
Did they have a midwife, or did they call the doctor out, or how'd that work?
Grandma Edwards didn't get there in time, and Aunt Veda Woods helped deliver me.
Veda.
Mm-hmm.
Veda, V-E-D-A.
Veda. Yeah, we called
Veda.
Aunt Veda, but it was Veda, of
Yeah.
course, Veda Woods.
Right, Veda.
Mm-hmm.
I know that a man and woman lived up next to my mom's dad, George Seal, Guy, and his wife's name was Ora, but they always called her Ori.
Ori.
And the first time I heard somebody say Ora, I thought, that's wrong. They're saying
That's not right.
that's not right.
That's like Aunt Veda. We always said Aunt Veda, but it was actually Veda, which is a pretty name. But
Yeah.
everybody just said Veda, and you know.
Well, Veda's well, Veda. I don't know. I don't know why people say stuff
I
like that,
don't
but they
know
do.
either. It's just the way we was, I reckon.
Southern slang.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, question number 5. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
7.
So you'd be 8.
Uh-huh.
And what position were you?
I was the baby, the
Baby.
last one. Mm-hmm.
How'd that work out for you?
Good, actually. It worked out real well because by the time I come along, I had older brothers and sisters that bought stuff for me and done for me, and it worked good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed being the baby.
Who's your oldest sibling?
Dixie.
Dixie.
Uh-huh, yeah.
And she just recently passed.
She just passed at 90, yeah.
Wow, 90. That's old, folks. If you don't know, 90 is old.
Mhm,
That's you know. Say 90, you go, well, okay. We're okay with that. It's 90.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
That's
Yeah.
right.
So
Yep.
there you go. And then she was your oldest sister. Who was your oldest brother?
Tommy.
Tommy.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
There was Dixie and Tommy, and Betty Faye, and James, and Ronald and Donald, and Teresa and me.
Ron and Donald were twins.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they are twins. You don't say they were, but they are.
Yeah.
They've both passed.
Passed.
But so the only ones that are left now are you and Teresa.
Yeah, and ain't that weird? That just seems so odd. We was talking about, me and her was talking about that the other day. She said, we're the only 2 that's left. And I said, I know.
It is odd.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just talking while we were having supper earlier that it doesn't seem like you should be as old as you are, or even that I should be as old as I am.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, you know, we are. So there you go.
That's
Okay.
it.
All right, that's the end of the first 5 questions, and that takes us to the world-famous KPS dice game. And you know how we play, don't you, Brenda?
No, I don't.
What? It's world-famous. How do you not know how we play the world-famous
I don't.
KPS dice game?
Don't know.
Okay, well, let me tell you how it works, Brenda.
Okay.
What you do is you roll the dice, you total up the score, and you write that down, but don't let me see it. And then let me have the dice. I'll keep my eyes closed, I promise.
Okay.
All right, tell me when you're ready.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, I've got my eyes closed. Go ahead. She's counting. I wish we had some counting music or something. We don't. We don't have counting music.
Okay.
All right. Now give me the dice.
There you go.
Now it's my time. As James Marshall would say, my time. Not my turn, my time.
My time.
Whose time is it?
My time.
Ooh, that's a good one. Again, no counting music, so... Oh yeah, that's a pretty good score. Alright, that's the end of round 1. Thrilling event, thrilling match we've got going on here. We'll see who wins in the end, the host or the guest. KPS World Famous Dice Game. Now we're starting into question number 6. Alright, these are easy ones. Well, let's see. We'll see what you got here. Okay. Next 5 questions are all favorites. What's your favorite color?
Emerald green.
Emerald green. Why emerald green? Why not just olive drab or something.
I don't know. I just love emerald green. It's just so bright and yet it's dark too. It's a dark green, but it's bright dark green, if that makes any sense. And I always loved it. So.
Well, I like to see that color illuminated, like light shining through something, emerald green, and that glow. I always think of Fall of the Yellow Brick Road, the Emerald City.
Emerald City, yeah.
I always think of that whenever I sing. Okay, that's question number 6 now. Question number 7. What's your favorite sound?
Maybe wind chimes.
Really?
I like wind chimes. I ain't got but one, but Randy bought me it. But you'd think I'd have them everywhere, but
I do not like wind chimes.
You don't like them?
No, there's no rhythm to it.
Maybe that's why I like them.
Well, it may be. You might like. I suppose you probably like jazz too.
I like actually any kind of music, other than this talking stuff. What is it?
Rap.
Rap. I don't
This
like
talking
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
You might have dated yourself.
But
a little
anything
bit
else I like. I like any kind of music. This is the tinkling sound of them, I guess, when the wind's blowing out there, and there'll be a tinkling, and I'll think, ooh, there's my wind chimes.
Well, they sell a lot of wind chimes, so I guess they're. I must be in the minority. I don't know, but I never do test. Okay, question number 8. What's your favorite flavor?
Well, of course, I like chocolate pretty good. I like peanut butter.
So, you like Reese's?
I like Reese's. Yeah, I guess you'd say I like Reese's.
But do you like milk chocolate instead of dark chocolate?
No, I like dark chocolate.
Really?
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, and I read this somewhere, so full disclosure here, folks, I don't know anything that I say, check it yourself, because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But anyway, white chocolate is not chocolate. It's not actual chocolate. They just call it white chocolate. I don't know what it is.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I do know this much. I'm allergic to white chocolate.
Really?
And I'm not to milk chocolate or dark chocolate, so
well,
maybe that's true.
It may not be.
That might be right, because I love it, but it makes me sick every time I eat it. So.
I like white chocolate.
I do too, but I can't.
Used to, and I don't remember who it was, but they used to make these homemade treats, and they would just take a peanut butter and cracker and cover them with white chocolate, and people would make them around the holidays and stuff.
Your mom used to make them grasshoppers, out of pretzels and white chocolate.
Yeah.
And dark chocolate, which I could eat the dark chocolate ones.
And butterscotch.
The butterscotch ones, I forgot them.
Yeah, she liked making. Daddy liked making candy too. My dad did. He was big on the whole fudge thing. He wasn't much on. Which he'd try something like one time, and if he could do it, he'd quit. He was done. I remember one time he made potato chips.
Oh.
They were pretty good.
Well.
But he made them one time.
One time.
One time. Okay, I can make them. Okay, that's all I need to do.
That's all you need then.
I proved it. Let's move on. Moving on. All right, question number 9. What's your favorite book or movie?
Now that's a rough one there. I expected the movie would be Gone with the Wind. My favorite book would probably something from Agatha Christie.
Be hard to narrow that down.
It really would, because there's so many good books out there.
What draws you to Agatha Christie? I've known all my life that you've liked Agatha Christie, but what about the way she writes it that you?
It's like somebody telling a tale. She don't just. She tells it in such a way that you just feel like you're listening to somebody talking or something. I just really enjoy her books because of that. It's like a conversation with somebody or something. She has sort of a unique way of writing. The stories aren't all that good or anything, but it's the writing that I love. And it's like she's sort of talking to a neighbor or to you or whatever, and you just...
Yeah, I heard this story, listen. and then tell it.
Mhm.
I wonder if she fell into the mystery writing category the same way that Stephen King fell into the horror category. He said he had wrote or written, I guess is the right way to say that. He had written a bunch of stuff, but the first thing he got published was something in the horror genre, and he said to himself, "Well, I guess I'm a horror writer."
Yeah.
He,
I think maybe Agatha Christie was the same way because that's all she wrote, except she wrote one autobiography of herself.
yeah,
And then she wrote one other called A Daughter's a Daughter, I think it was. And it was a story about a mother and a daughter, and the mother's, the husband died, and she was going with this man, and the daughter didn't like it and didn't want her to go with him and was jealous and whatnot, and so she gave the man up, and then later the daughter and her was having to live together. It was sort of a odd tale, and that's the only one I've ever read of hers that was not a mystery, and it was more or less a live your own life because your kids will have theirs later on, but they resented both each other because of that at the end of it and whatnot. It wasn't a mystery at all.
but I mean, it wasn't based on fact. It was just
No,
something,
it was just something that she had
and
read.
it broke from the genre. That she, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Question number 10. What's your favorite scent?
I do love sassafras.
Sassafras.
Yeah, I like it, and I like, I guess you could say like the peppermint and all that.
Yeah.
I like all that, but I love to smell sassafras and love to eat it, but you can't find it anymore. The candy in it, you can get the sassafras tea and stuff, but you can't hardly find the candy anymore.
It's not popular.
But lemon, I love to smell lemons.
Lemon and sassafras. Put lemon and sassafras in your tea.
Yep, you could do that.
I don't like tea.
I like hot tea better than I do iced tea, but I like tea, but I hardly ever drink it.
They have to pull my Southern card on that deal. I don't like tea at all.
Really?
I've in my entire life, people said, "Oh, this is good tea. Try this tea," and I'm like, "Okay, I'll try it."
Yeah.
And I try it. I don't like it. I've never liked it.
Oh, that's weird.
But now, if you tell me this is great tea, try it. I'll try it.
Have you ever tried hot tea?
I've tried hot, tried cold, sweet, unsweet.
I like any of it, but I like hot tea.
Green,
better.
Earl Grey. I feel like Bubba telling all the ways you could eat shrimp. Green tea, sweet tea, hot tea, cold tea, lemon tea, nest tea.
Yeah. There are all kinds of tea.
There's all kinds of teas. Tea sandwich. No, I couldn't. I just don't care for them.
Well, that is weird, because most Southern people do drink a lot of tea, a lot more than I drink. I rarely drink tea, but sometimes now I'll just decide I want me a cup of hot tea, and I'll go over and fix me a cup, but I very seldom fix iced tea, and the kids love iced tea. I don't know why. It's just easier to buy a Pepsi.
All right, that's the end of round 2.
Okay.
You know what it is now? It's time for the world famous KPS dice game.
Oh, okay. I know what to do.
Round
now.
2. Now you know.
Yeah, now I know what.
Now
to
she
do.
knows. Now she's very familiar. She's into it.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out whether it's the host or the guest. Swapping of the dice. We have no music to play. Counting music. Maybe we could find some to put in here. Be like the Jeopardy theme, but not the Jeopardy theme, because then we'd have to pay some kind of royalty to them, and I'm not going to do that because I'm cheap. Hey! Don't do enough bars, or they'll make me pay. All right. All right. Now it's the host's turn. Oh, that's another good roll. Another good roll.
I got a good one that time too.
I don't know. I'm doing pretty good here. All right. That's the halftime. We have a new sponsor. We here at Kevin's Podcast Show are proud to announce our first sponsor, Johnson's Suction Poles. Reminding you, if you're going to suck on a Johnson. Backed up by their exclusive Johnson's Guaranteed Seal Deal. You'll never lose seal when you suck on a Johnson, or your money back. Johnson Suction Poles. Quality beverage straws since 1969. Available in your grocer's freezer. Nationwide at all Bargain Barn tire centers. And everywhere fine products are sold. Johnson Suction Poles. The official straw for all beverages consumed on Kevin's podcast show. Alright folks, so we're back. We're back here and we're still speaking with Brenda Ruth Marshall Chapman, also known as Aunt Brenda. She's my Aunt Brenda, but there's probably more people call her Ma'am than there is Aunt Brenda. She's kind of like our old, we used to have Granny Hightower.
Aunt Beulah.
Aunt Beulah, yeah.
But
Carolyn always calls her Aunt Beulah, but for some reason
but we always called her Granny Hightower.
Granny Hightower, yeah. And she wasn't my granny.
No, she wasn't none of our grannies. She is our aunt.
So now we're ready for question number 11. In our blackjack questionnaire, there's 21 questions to find out just who you are. Question number 11. Who in your family are you most like? Yeah, your mom, dad, brothers,
Dad.
sisters, cousins, anybody.
Well, I guess I wish I was more like my mother, but I guess I'm more like my dad. He had that temper and stuff. Of course, I got rid of mine in my elder years, but I used to have it and be a lot more like him than I am now. But Mama was very calm, and you know how she was. But I am more like she now. I'm more like her, but in my younger days, I was more like my dad.
The most memories I have of Myrtle, your mom, which was Big Grandma. There was Big Grandma and Little Grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Big Grandma because she was a big lady, and Little Grandma because Great Grandmother Granny Edwards was a little tiny woman. So it was Big Grandma and Little Grandma. But I remember her mostly squawking at Chase.
Yeah, that's how she squawked at more than anybody.
She'd squawk at me, it wouldn't do no good, but he'd squawk.
Wouldn't matter.
Yeah. Question number 12. Who is the most generous person in your family?
That's sort of a hard one. They're all pretty generous. I'm going to go with Brandy.
I could agree with that. Well, you don't have to, it doesn't just have to be money to be generous, that's
No,
for sure.
no, she's
There's a lot of people who donate time and go out of their way to be nice to people and
Yeah.
that sort of. To me, that's generosity is not gauged in how much you give, but you know, you can go out of your way to be nice to somebody. Sometimes I think about how rude people are. You know, somebody's bothering me. They just get away from me. Get away from me. I don't even know you. Quit talking to me. It would never dawn on me to say that to somebody.
No, you got to listen. We got that written across our forehead. Tell me, I'll listen.
It's exactly right.
Yep.
Carolyn got on the bus with Jacob, but they went to Ohio that time to see Teresa, and had got that guy's whole life story. She got to hear the whole thing, you know.
I do that just going to the grocery store.
People just talk and just say things.
Oh, I don't know why. They'll just walk up and start telling you all these private things and stuff that you really don't want to know.
Yeah, but I'm not.
But
rude.
you listen.
I'm not rude enough to walk away. You just
No.
go, oh well, I'll be dog.
Yeah, that's exactly what you do.
I feel like that lady on Sling Blade when he told that joke and he didn't tell it right, and she just listened to him all intently, and he didn't tell the joke right at all, and she just went, "Well, I'll be dog."
I'll be darned.
just to be polite.
Yeah.
Question number 18. Is that right? No. 13. 13. We're on 13. Lucky 13. These are not numbered, folks, in case you ain't figured that out. Number 13. What quality is the most valuable in a friend to you?
Loyalty. It's just being there for me no matter what. No matter, you know, if I'm right or I'm wrong or whatever, they stick by you. So
That's true. Yeah.
Loyalty, I think, would be the biggest one.
I'll go with that one. Okay, we're going to change gears now. Question number 14. What's the weirdest gift you ever received? That's a head scratcher, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
First thing I thought of when I read this question was it wasn't a gift, but it was about Uncle Tommy's wife Ruby selling panties or something that time. It was some kind of panty club or
Yeah.
What was
she
that?
selling them at Christmas or something. When she brought them with her. I think
Yeah,
that.
it was like
I
who
forgot that.
who buys
I had-
mail order breeches, under breeches? Who does
I
that?
had forgot all about that. Yeah, some kind of a panty club or something.
Panty of the month or
Yeah.
something.
I was trying to think of the weirdest gift I've ever got. I've got some weird ones in my time. That up there's pretty weird.
What the hell is that?
That's a little woman.
It was a little woman, looks like a little black woman.
Yeah.
Is it handmade?
Yeah, out of quilts. Teresa got me that.
Where'd she get it?
At a craft store. I mean, someplace they're selling crafts.
That's been up there forever and a day.
Mhm.
I've seen it and looked at it and just kind of mentally noted it.
Yeah.
I've never asked you where it come from.
Yeah, Teresa, you got it for me. I love it.
Oh, it's nice.
Mhm.
It's awesome.
That's one of the weirdest ones I guess I've ever got, though. But
Well,
I've
she's
got-
up high. She's probably overlooking,
I've
keeping
got
you
some.
safe.
Yeah, got some weird ones in my time, I guess, when you stop and think of it. Well, not really too weird, though.
Weird in context.
Mhm.
Somebody else might think it's weird, but you think it's okay.
I thought it was, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll go with the
Okay.
little black angel lady up there made out of quilts. She's pretty cool.
Okay.
So there you go. All right, number 15. Yes or no question. Do you like to shop?
No.
Well, a lot of women say that, and I don't know. It's just like old Gallagher used to say that it was in their DNA. There's a chromate, a phosphate, and an on sale, you know. All right, that's question number 15. That takes us to our third break, and it is time for the third round of the world famous. World famous. As always, the guest goes first. All right, some dice rolling and counting music right here. Maybe something. I'm averting my eyes, by the way, looking up at the black angel lady that's looking down at us. Yeah. And a plate, like James Marshall used to have plates.
Yeah.
All right.
What happened to his plates?
I think Carolyn's got a few of them. That was not a good roll.
I've got two sort of alrighty ones and one bummer.
That's the end of round 3, and now we're moving on. We're back with Brenda. She's playing the Blackjack Questionnaire. 21 questions to find out just who you are. Question number 16. 16. Do you have a zombie apocalypse plan?
No, I'm depending on Aiden.
Well, there could be worse people to depend on.
Yeah, Aiden's got his all planned out, and I figure I'll just let him take care of me if there's a zombie apocalypse.
Well, that's not a bad
Yeah.
idea. It's not a bad idea. All right, question number 17. Tell me something that you learned through experience.
Well, I'll tell you, I guess the most important thing that I've ever learned through experience is there's no need in wasting the effort to get mad or lose your temper unless it's really, really important, and there's very few things that important.
Yeah, you can't teach that. You just have to learn
You
it.
have to learn it.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, question number 18. How much do you know about other countries and other cultures? Would you say on a scale of 0 to 10, 0, I don't know crap about anything, or 10, I'm pretty much know a lot about a bunch of countries?
Maybe cultures would be up there in about an 8 or something, but countries, well, I don't know though. I guess would be about 6 or something, 7. 6 or 7.
I would say that's higher than the average American.
That,
So we're a pretty self-centered bunch.
I sort of keep up, you know, with stuff like that. Although I couldn't show you on the map where they're at to save my life.
Well, it's not a geography question.
No.
I'm just saying.
Thank goodness, because I'd have to go with 0.
You know, I said one time to Dad back in the 80s, it was, now it's all China, China's going to take us over, China. Back in the 80s, it was Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we've just switched Asians. I don't know. Next it'll be Korea.
Yeah.
Or anyway, but I said that I would like to go to Japan. Dad's response to it was, I went over there, ain't nothing to see.
It's like art.
Yeah. Okay.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't like to go to Japan. I went and I didn't like it. You wouldn't like it.
Yeah, I went. I saw it. There ain't nothing there. You're good.
Art. If he didn't like it, then bless Pats, I wouldn't like it.
Yeah. All right. Question number 19. Would you rather be always 10 minutes late or always be 30 minutes early?
I'd rather be 30 minutes early.
Even though you'd be wasting a half hour every
Yeah.
time?
Yeah. I hate being late.
Yeah.
I'd rather be right at time. Usually that's what I try to figure on, is being there right on time, or 5 minutes one way or the other. But I'd rather be early as late.
Even if it wastes a little bit, you'd rather.
Yeah.
And why is that?
I guess it's because when people are late, it irks the devil out of me. I don't like it. And I just like to be on time if I can.
Don't
Of
want
course,
to
with this
inconvenience.
bunch, you don't get, it's according to who you're riding with.
That is true.
Yes, if it's Chase or
We're talking to
Marshall,
you.
hang it up.
We're talking to you, Chase.
And Marshall.
And Marshall. We're talking to you.
Now, Brandy will get you there right on time.
I will get you there early.
Yeah.
I am a time Nazi.
I'm that way too. I'm a time Nazi too, and
Yeah.
it just irks me when people come
Yeah.
in late and they know about it for a month, and yet well, I just had to do this and I had to do that, and I'm
Yeah.
sorry. And
People being late
Yeah.
to work, and you say, "Did it sneak up on you?"
Yeah.
I didn't call you in. You knew you had to be here, right?
You did know
Yeah.
that, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, I am late to work sometimes. I have to say that. All right, question number 20. What was your first pet's name?
Boy.
Boy. And why did you name him Boy? I assume it was a him.
It was, yeah. Because Daddy said I got to name him because he was mine, and I kept saying that I wanted to wait and make sure I got the right name. And then he got till he wasn't answered nothing but Boy, so ended up naming him Boy.
Well, that's creative.
Mm.
Or lazy.
Yeah, one or the other.
One or the other.
Yeah.
We'll go with creative. It was
Yeah.
creative. It was creative. All right, folks. This is the final round of the world famous KPS dice game.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready? This is where the head meets the tail, where the rubber meets the road. This is where we put the pedal to the metal, and a couple other phrases like that, whatever you want to do. All right, Brenda. Since you're the guest, you get the final roll. No dice
Not
counting
very
music.
good.
Not dice counting music. We need
Here
some
you
dice
go.
counting music. All right. Oh, that was a good one.
Was it? Mine wasn't very good. We had them up now?
Not yet.
I
Don't
know.
you know the rules to the world famous dice game?
No, never heard them yet. All of it.
It's the blackjack question. The final question. This is a moral question. We're going to pose this question to each guest. It's not the same question every time, but it is a moral question. It's a scruples question. It's a hard question. It's a head scratcher. I picked this one out specifically for you and Chase.
Mm.
You and Chase are prisoners at a concentration camp. That's the scenario. Chase tried to escape, but they captured him. and they decide they're going to hang him at the gallows. Now, to send a message to all the other people who might try to escape, the guards ordered that you are going to have to pull the chair out from under Chuck. And if you refuse, the guard will kill your son and another innocent person in the camp. What do you do?
I guess they'd let me take his place, would they?
It's not part of the question. I'd try to offer it, but that's not part of the question.
Mm-hmm.
I know Chase, and I know that he would stoically accept the punishment.
I'm sure he would. I know he would. And
Yeah,
it'd just be a hard decision for me, but
I agree. Okay. All right, now it's time for the final round of the world famous KPS dice game. Final round. If we had a drum roll, we'd play it. Have you totaled up your scores?
not
All right,
yet.
total
You
them
said
up.
not to.
Now's the time.
okay.
Now's the time. Total them up.
Alright.
If we had some totaling music, we'd play totaling
We'd
music. We
play-
don't have totaling music, so imagine totaling music in the background. Totaling. All right, the final score is the guest has how many points?
76.
Woohoo! The host has come in the winner with 81.
Wow.
All right, 81 to 77 was a close one, but the host has come out on top on this deal.
But I enjoyed it.
Well, good. I'm glad to have had you. Okay, folks, thanks for listening. Okay, so this has been Kevin's podcast show. I just wanted to let everybody know that there was a little bit of issue with the audio. I think maybe Brenda had a fan or something kick on there at the end and there was a little hiss, so I apologize for the quality. But other than that, I thought the interview went really well. I would like to thank Brenda for being on the podcast with me. She's a great guest. I'm sure we'll have her back in the future. I've got planned to have some medics and EMTs and maybe even try to get a couple of police officers on the show. We're going to ask them some questions, get their perspectives, see how they think about things. So I really appreciate y'all listening. I'm going to post this up on YouTube. I'll put it on people's Facebook page. Like and subscribe, folks. Like and subscribe. That's the key. All right. Thanks for tuning in to Kevin's podcast show, KPS. We're out.
Don't go ninja, nobody don't need ninja.